Good day children, Sai Ram and welcome back to our revision session of lesson number 5, Precipitation. Okay, here are some pictures children. Here the picture is showing the blades of grass look like this on winter mornings. Then snow is found everywhere in the winters in Kashmir. Generally, it rains between June and September in our region. In London, there is a fog like this till the afternoon in winters. Sometimes hailstones destroy the standing crops in the fields. Now children, looking at these pictures over here, we have learned that there are many occurrences throughout the year. Let's have a geographical explanation about them. As you all know, 70.8% part of the Earth's surface is made up of water, is full of water. Now this water which is present on the Earth's surface, this is not at all even. It is unevenly distributed. In the above pictures we have seen or experienced the different forms of condensation taking place. Due to atmospheric condition changes, as the atmospheric condition are changing, okay, as the atmospheric condition is changing, same way condensation also change according to that. Some places experience snowfall while some places experience rainfall. Okay, so snowfall and the rainfall, these are all forms of precipitation only. Let's have a study about the first one, that is snowfall. Okay, before that, let's see what is this precipitation. A definition about precipitation. Water falls in the solid or liquid state from the clouds to the ground. Okay, water is returned to the earth. Okay, in the water cycle, we have learned about the water cycle. When water is returned to the earth, either in the form of solid or in the form of liquid, but it is returned to the earth. Okay, snow, hailstones, rainfall are the major forms of precipitation. Okay, so let's study about the first one, that is snowfall or snow. Now, where does snowfall mainly takes place? Okay, in places where the temperature is below the freezing point. Okay, when the temperature goes below the freezing point, water vapor is directly turned into snowflakes. Okay, and this is called as sublimation. Okay, water turning into snowflakes, that is called as sublimation. Precipitation in the form of solid particles of snow, it is called as snowfall. And where does snowfall takes place? Mainly in the places at higher latitude. Then in the temperate zone, if we talk about, okay, temperate zones, then snowfall occurs at the mean sea level in the temperate zone. And if we talk about the tropical zone, the tropical areas, snowfall occurs at the places higher than the snowline altitude. Okay, so where the snowfall takes place? At higher latitude. Temperate region, where it takes place at, snowfall occurs at the mean sea level. In temperate regions, snowfall occurs at mean sea level, while if you see in the tropical areas, snowfall occurs at places that are higher than the snowline altitude. Okay, so these are the places where snowfall mainly takes place. What are the effects of the snowfall? When a snowfall is taking place, what are the effects over it? Okay, first of all, snowfall is not like water when it will fall on the earth and it will flow away. No. Okay, it gets accumulated layer upon layer, because of which transport and communication of that area collapses. Okay, people have to protect themselves when they are coming out of the house. They have to protect themselves from the frostbite. The region gets water on melting of the snow. When the snow is melting, that time they get the water also. That is a good thing. Okay, if there are bad effects of this snowfall, there are good effects also of the snowfall. Okay. Here is one small do you know part, just see to it. There is a difference between ice and snow. Okay, you always have that habit that ice means snow and snow means ice. No, let's see what is the difference between ice and snow. In areas located at higher altitude and high latitudes, where the temperature are below 0 degrees Celsius, precipitation occurs in the form of snow that we have learned just now. Snow is friable and opaque. That means we can see through it. Okay. Snow is friable and opaque. That means we can opaque here means here we cannot see through it. That is opaque. Okay. This snow accumulates in the form of layers on top of each other. Okay, I told you layer by layer it will accumulate on top of each other. Because of the pressure from the upper layers, the lower layers of the snow become homogeneous, massive and transparent. Okay, just because of the pressure which is coming from above, the lower layer, it becomes homogeneous, massive and transparent. Massive transparent snow formed in such a way is called as ice. Okay, so this is the difference between snow and ice. When temperature drops below freezing point, when the temperature is dropping below freezing point, a layer of ice forms on the lake surface, and this layer floats on the surface of reservoir. This ice is not related to snowfall directly. Okay, so this is the difference between snowfall and ice. Snow and ice. Next we will learn about hail. What is a hail? Hail actually is not at all like the snow. Okay, the upward flow of air, when the air is moving upward, flowing upward, the temperature of air reduces, and just because of the temperature which is reducing, condensation takes place. Because of the upward movement of air, these water droplets go to a higher altitude and solidifies to form hailstones. Okay, just because of the upward movement of air again and again, the water droplets are not allowed to come down and they are thrown upwards again and again, and so this water droplets, it solidifies to form hailstones. Now when these hailstones become very much heavy, okay, they start falling to the ground. But because of frequent upward flow of air, they are repeatedly taken upwards, as I have already told you. Okay, just because of the upward flow of air, the water which is coming down, it is thrown up, so it solidifies. Now it becomes very much heavy, and when it tries to come down again it is thrown upward repeatedly again and again. So what happens? A new layer of snow encapsulates. Okay, a new layer is formed over the snow, encapsulates the hail, and concentric layers are formed and the hail grows in size. So slowly by slowly, because of the upward movement of air again and again, what happens? A layer is formed over there, over the hail. Okay, and becomes concentric layers. Okay, and the hail grows in size. Now these heavy hailstones fall rapidly due to gravity. Now such type of hails cannot remain in the atmosphere at all. With so much heaviness, it cannot remain in the atmosphere. So what happens? It comes down to the ground due to the gravity. We call this precipitation as hail showers. What do we call this precipitation as? Hail showers. What are the effects of it? What are the effects of hail? Crops get destroyed, loss of life and property. Hail occurs in summers in India, Africa, and in some parts of Southeast Asia. Hails do not occur in equatorial areas due to heat, while it does not occur in cold zones also due to lack of upward flow. Okay. Now, we have also seen the experiment. An experiment was shown to you about how to make rain. Okay, Here is a geographical explanation about that experiment which already I have explained to you. The light vapor travels upward. The lid above is tightly closed. Okay, the light vapor which is there in the container when we are doing the experiment. The lid above is tightly closed, vapor cannot escape through it. The ice cubes above leads to the condensation of the vapor. Water droplets are formed on the inner side of the lid. Due to punches, the water drops, gathers and falls down. Okay, this full procedure, same thing happens in the atmosphere also. So only we get the rain. I hope you have understood till here. We have learned about the snow, we have learned about the hail and its effects. Now here how rainfall is formed. Okay, how rain is formed. Okay, I hope children you have understood till here. Let's continue. Nextly we are going to learn is rainfall. What is rainfall? When we talk about rainfall, just now as we have seen, okay, we are how rainfall we are getting in from the atmosphere. Okay, now rainfall here, rain means is the only source of fresh water to the earth's surface. Okay, we generally get water in the form of rainfall. What happens actually? Temperature reduces, temperature is becoming lesser as the water vapor goes higher. Now when evaporation takes place, we have learned about it when evaporation takes place. Okay, when the evaporation vapors go high up in the atmosphere, the temperature becomes lesser, and when the temperature becomes lesser, what happens? Water vapor goes higher. Okay, water vapor is formed and condensation takes place over there. Okay, and just because of this condensation, clouds are formed. Okay, because of the condensation taking place, this water droplets cling to the dust particles present in the atmosphere, and because of this clouds are formed. The droplets increase in size. Now when these droplets cling to each other, they become larger in size, and when they become larger in size, they cannot float in the air and they come down in the form of rain. So this is how we get the rainfall. So how do we get rainfall? When evaporation takes place, vapor goes high up into the atmosphere. At higher altitude, what happens? Temperature reduces and water droplets are formed. Okay, now this water that means that condensation takes place. These water droplets cling to each other. Okay, and because they cling to each other, what happens? They become larger in size. Such water droplets cannot float in the atmosphere and they come down in the form of rain. So this is how we are getting the rainfall. Now there are three types of rainfall. Okay, one is convectional rainfall, second one is orographic rainfall, and the third one is cyclonic rainfall. Let's learn about these three types of rainfall. Firstly, we'll learn about the convectional rain. What is convectional rain? This type of rainfall mainly takes place in the equatorial region because here the temperature is high. Okay, temperature over here is high, so convectional rainfall takes place in the equatorial region. Such type of rainfall occurs mostly in the afternoon time. Okay, when the temperature is high. Okay, so in the afternoon time, the evaporation takes place very nicely. Okay, so rainfall, now such type of rainfall is accompanied by thunder and lightning. Okay, the rainfall which takes place mainly in the afternoon. Actually this rainfall takes place because of the upward flow of warm air. Okay, because of the upward flow of warm air, what happens? This type of rainfall takes place and it is accompanied by thunder and lightning. In places like Congo basin of Africa and the Amazon basin in South America, these are the places which receive convectional type of rainfall. Convectional type of rainfall is mainly in a limited area. It is not over a larger area. It is in the limited area only convectional rainfall we can see. Okay. So this was about the convectional rainfall. You can see over here the upward flow of hot air. Okay. You can see this red color arrows going up. This red color arrow shows that upward flow of vertical flow of hot air. Okay, just because of the vertical flow of hot air, air goes upwards and it condenses over here due to the temperature decrease and clouds are formed. Okay, this is called as convectional rainfall. Next is orographic rainfall. What is orographic rainfall? Rainfall which take place just because of the obstruction of mountain ranges. Okay, that rainfall is called as orographic rainfall. Winds that are coming from the lakes or the seas, they are always moisture laden. Okay, when the winds are blowing from the lakes, they are moisture laden. They carry moisture along with them. Okay, now these winds which are carrying moisture, they are obstructed by the mountain ranges. Okay, and because of the obstruction, what happens? Rainfall takes place over there. Okay, and when the rainfall takes place over there, what happens? The windward side of the mountain gets more rainfall. By the time the clouds are going to the next side, that is the opposite side of the mountain, till that time they are already empty. So that side, that is on the leeward side of the mountain, it becomes a rain shadow area. Okay, on the windward side, heavy rainfall. On the leeward side, we can see a rain shadow area. You can see over here the flow of air. Okay, from the seas or ocean or water bodies, whatever. Okay, this side is the windward side because the winds are coming from here. So this side is getting more rainfall. You can see over here rainfall is too much, heavier. Okay, by the time the clouds reach out to the next side, that is the leeward side, this becomes the leeward side. Okay, till that time it becomes very much empty. Okay, and so here we can see hardly any rainfall. Okay, so this side becomes a rain shadow area. I hope children you all have understood till here. Okay, if you all have understood till here, the remaining part, that is the remaining types of rainfall, we'll learn in the next revision session. Till then, thank you children.